as entrepreneurs, I think most of us, when we were starting our business, asked ourselves, what's my why? What is my greater purpose? Why am I doing this? And I think those are great questions that we should all think about. But I also think that it's important for us to build a business that serves our life instead of having to build our life around our business. And if that's what you feel like, if you feel like your life is being built around your business, then we need to kind of reconfigure some things. And so I think we can do that by looking at our values inside our business. So if you're new here, welcome to the Digital Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Jess Freeman, and I think this is a really important conversation we need to have in light of everything that's going on in the world right now and kind of how business is shifting. So I think I want to start with, what do you value? What's important to you? These are very basic questions, but I think it's important to think about. So, for example, generosity is one of my core values. It's important to me both personally and professionally. It's something that is a big part of how I run my business. But I also, do this personally. So I donate a lot of time and resources personally and professionally. Like, just because we're talking about our values doesn't mean that you have to have different values personally and professionally. They probably will overlap. You want to think of these values as pillars that guide you as you run your business and as you make decisions inside your business. And again, these also apply personally. So how are you making decisions in your personal life, and do those fall in line with your values? So let's think about some deeper questions. Now, again, I think we need to think about, what is your why? I mean, I started my business 9 years ago. My why has shifted since then. And I've shifted things inside my business to be in alignment with that. So think about, what was my why when I started? What is my why now? Is it the same? Is it different? What does that look like? Do you need to, how does that affect things inside your business? I think it can be really, really valuable to talk to people and what was it like working with me? And that is something that I ask in my testimonial form with clients after we're done working. It's like, is there anything that you would have liked to have been done differently? I ask, did you like this part? Did you like this part? Did you like this part? And really getting feedback on every part of the process, not just, hey, did you enjoy, did you like your website? I'm asking those deeper questions about the experience, which leads me into the next question, which is, what is it like to be on the other side of me? And this is a more general question, not just the working with you, but what is it like to watch my Instagram stories? What's it like to be my friend? What's it like to be in my community? And I actually asked a more specific version of this question on my Instagram a few days ago, saying, how do people who don't look like you experience you? I think this is a really valuable question to ask ourselves in light of everything that's going on right now. And I will say, that's not my question. That is a question that was asked by my pastor at church last week. But I shared that, I tagged that it was him. I didn't come up with that question. But I think it's important to think about this. What's it like to be on the other side of me? And I think it can be interesting to hear maybe what patterns that you may have developed that you aren't even aware of. Maybe there's something that you consistently do and you're not aware of how other people are perceiving it. So, again, I want to just point out, going back to what's going on right now, and a lot of business owners are leaning into becoming more anti-racist and incorporating that into their business. And if you consider yourself to be anti-racist, how does your business show that specifically? And I know a lot of people are talking about having more diverse teams, But if you're like me, you don't really have a team. I do, because I have a copywriter who helps me a little bit and a VA that helps me a little bit, but these aren't like full-time team members. But that doesn't matter. That's not an excuse. But I know that some of you are like, I literally don't have anybody on my team. But there are other ways that you can think about this in your business. Who do you work with? Not just clients, because I know we don't really have that much control over who hires us, but who are you hiring? If you're looking for a business coach, a copywriter, a virtual assistant, who are you hiring? Who's on your podcast? If you have a community of some sort, like a membership, even just a Facebook group, anything like that, who are you bringing in as guest experts? Those are great ways to incorporate and elevate other voices inside your business. So even if you don't have team members, there are other ways that we can all amplify other voices. So that's, again, going back to what's it like to be on the other side of me? Now, the next question is something that might take a little more time to think about, but what in your business is an energy gainer or an energy drainer? So what are those things that you love to do, those things that you hate to do? Now, obviously, taxes are a drain, but we have to do them. But let's say you have started a podcast and it's an energy drainer, then you are not working within what you value. What do you value? Do you value more one-on-one time? Like, I value educating my community. That's why I create videos and podcasts and content on Instagram and have my membership and create all this content because it's important to me. So think about, are the things in my business that I don't enjoy, are they just like taxes that I don't enjoy? Or are they things that, man, I'm just doing this because someone told me I should, but I don't really value what this represents? I think that can be a good way to reconfigure things in your business. And then I think the last question I want you to think about is, where do you want to be from 1 year from now? What does that look like? Then backtrack from that. Is what you're currently doing going to get you there? So these are some questions I want you to think about as we're all kind of, I think, shifting things inside our business. I think this is maybe even something we should think about every year as we, especially, I think January 1st, a lot of people set goals and that kind of thing. So that might be a good time to also look at your values. But hey, we're 6 months into the year. Where are you at with your goals? Do those things still align with what you value right now? Think about those things. I think also I want to say, give yourself grace and know that these things will add up over time. You may not be able to shift everything in your business overnight, right? It will take time. So think about those things. Hold yourself accountable to what you want your business to look like and what changes you need to make. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next time.